sa.neter the OG. Debates like a chessboard, piece move coldly, Oda Santan. Spitting wisdom that's holy, Unc with the knowledge, dropping jewels, they heavy gold leaf. Jabari Falafikinki with the bold speech, Captain hold the line, Hebrew war tactics, Kim and walls crumble under Bible back practice. Scrolls versus the glyphs, hieroglyphs get blasted. Ancient scripts clash, truth wrapped in plastic. You need thick skin, we make movies, yo. F who you know, this is sa.neter studio. This is the toughest environment, rivalries, bro. Thick skin, tough heart, knowledge gon' blow. Pyramids tough, but the script's still louder. Scrolls in the cipher, the debate devours. Hebrew go to war, comedic power, shower, truth, a double-edged sword. Cut sharper than ours. Apostle with the mic, sermons hit like missiles. Elder something smooth, no wrinkles in the wisdom. They drop facts like bricks, the foundation official. This the sa.neter scene where the truth get chiseled. You need thick skin, we make movies, yo. F who you know, this is sa.neter studio. This is the toughest environment, rivalries grow. Thick skin, tough heart, knowledge gon' blow.
All right, yeah. Y'all already know what it is. We in here. It's about to go down. We got a sa.7 facing Mandinka Mali. And oh man, y'all already know how it is. I hope Mandinka Mali can control himself. If he don't, y'all let him know about it in the chat, man. Let him know about it. You know, Mandinka Mali got soft skin as well. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all all who got soft skin. Mandinka Mali got soft skin. A sa.7 have to be able to be disciplined. See, I know the speakers that come up. sa.7 got to be able to be disciplined. All right? Because when a sa get mad, he overtalks as well. Mandinka Mali, what up, man? Mandinka Mali, you hear me?
Blessings, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yo, you called out 7 Ausar earlier today.
Okay.
I hope you're ready for this, man. You know, this is
I'm always ready, man.
all right. You know, this is the adjustment barrel.
Tough.
This is the adjustment barrel, man. And 7 Ausar feels that you're about to get adjusted tonight.
Okay. Well,
Where's he at? Where he at, man? He was in here.
He ran once he seen me come in the damn building. You know? Get him in here.
Yo, where you at? We in here waiting on you.
Yeah, I'm signing in right now. I got checked out for some reason.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's go. He's coming in. He's a little nervous, Mandinka. Suntan, what's up, man, with the master plan?
Oh, brother, sorry, everything cool.
Yeah, no doubt.
I like how your Knicks playing. You was kind of scared. Talking about everybody hurt.
Nah, my Knicks look bad last night, man.
Huh?
They look bad last night.
They all right.
Yeah, they're gonna be all right.
I know. Don't be over there shaking when you see the Pistons, all
All
right?
right. Yo, we got a sa.7 in the building. What up, man?
What's going on? The Black.
Are you ready? Are you ready to adjust Mandinka Mali?
I am totally ready to.
Oh man, come on, man. Your system, brother.
You can't hear you, bro.
System, man. Your system, bro. Yeah, you got to get a better. Come on, brother. Y'all got to step y'all streaming up. You got to get a faster stream.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Mandinka Mali, where you at now? Come on, you got to set the tone. You called him out. Let's go. Start the conversation.
Okay. Let me plug this up. All right. Let me can I share my screen?
First, you want to talk about before you share the screen. Talk about what's going on. Why you taking him on? Why you challenging him?
What's the topic?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I can do that. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm here today, man, is to deal with these guys who's dealing with low confidence science, full of assumption, and you know,
man, the first thing y'all got to do is get a faster route, man.
they don't have
I got
real
to upgrade,
empirical
man, to a faster server, brother.
evidence
You too,
behind these
Ausar.
claims, behind these theories.
I'm in the mountains, Saw. All I
Yeah,
got
I
is
know.
satellite.
He seems
Right.
yeah. When I was on here the other day, he seems to want to try to, you know, challenge people who's challenging evolution, who's challenging chemical and biology, and I just think he's just going with what the general people are saying, using that. But this biased, because the whole thing is with the Darwinism, the neo-Darwinism. This was used as a tool to perpetuate what do they call that? Racial discrimination, the racial pecking order. They want to put themselves above anyone else who didn't look like them. This is the age of. This was like the age of enlightenment when they was using these type of quotes and ideas that our brain is smaller, we evolved slower than them, we're savages.
All right, Mandinka. You have
it has nothing to do.
Mandinka, listen. You have to make an argument. What are you challenging a Southern Ausar on? What are you challenging them on? Make your argument.
I have an opening. Let me share my screen. I got an opening. What I'm gonna challenge him on. See, he coming with just his lip. He ain't coming with no information. Let me share my screen. So I got my opening right here. What I'm gonna be challenging them on. That's all we got to do. Then we can get into it. Yeah. You know, that's all we got to do. Let's share.
He want to start to debunk him.
This is what I'm gonna be doing to you right here, bringing it out. You know.
All right,
you know, we can see my screen.
All right, you might have to hide yourself so you can your stream can go a little faster, Mandinka.
He froze, ain't he?
Okay.
Look like you froze.
Your screen is sharing right now.
Well, he not here.
Well,
Make it a little bigger, bro.
Okay. Let me get to my first one here. Hold up. All right. Opening. All right. Can y'all see it?
Yep.
Can y'all see it?
Yes, man.
Huh?
Yes, we can see it.
All right. So
make it bigger. Make it bigger.
Right, let's get to it. All right. Let's get to what I'm gonna. Okay. Well, I can make it bigger as I read. I guess I got one of them touch screens.
Yeah. Let's go. Go ahead.
Let me. So this what he gonna. All right. Here we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I come before you guys to kind of. I want to bring something to make you think, because we can't always go with just because Jim and Bob say it's right. That don't make it right. You know what I mean? So the theory of evolution is, I want to get into the theory of evolution is a fundamental concept of modern biology that explains the diversity of life on Earth. However, despite the widespread acceptance, the theory of evolution is not without its challenges and controversies. So in this comprehensive review, we will explore some of the key challenges to the theory of evolution, including the lack of clear transitional forms. See, sa.neter ain't gonna tell you about this. He knows nothing about it. He can't rebuttal it. He can't refute it. He just up here regurgitating what Unc West taught him last week. See, how about the complexity of the human eye? That is a problem for a lot of these evolutionists. I'm gonna be getting into deep detail of that, and the origin of life on Earth. See, the theory of evolution was first proposed by Charles Darwin in his groundbreaking book On the Origin of Species, suggests that all living organisms have evolved over time through the process of natural selection. We're going to be breaking down the flaws in natural selection as well. According to this theory, species adapted and changed over time in response to the environment, leading to the diversity of life on Earth. While the theory of evolution has been widely accepted by the scientific community, it is not without its critics. I'm one of the critics here. I'm one of the critics here, I'm not just going to agree with what they say. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Now, one of the key challenges to the theory of evolution is a lack of clear transitional forms in the fossil record. See, the transitional forms are fossils that show a mix of characteristics from different species, and they are essential to understand how one species evolved into another. However, many scientists argue that the fossil record is incomplete and that the lack of transitional forms is not surprising. Others argue that the lack of transitional forms is a significant challenge for the theory of evolution. So what let me speed it up a little bit. So what we're going to be doing, we will explore the challenges of this theory. We're going to be dealing with the lack of clear transitional forms. We're going to be dealing with the complexity. Look, the complexity of the human eye. These are things. The human eye is a highly complex and sophisticated organ with many different parts working to enable us to see. The eye is made up of carina, lens, retina, and optic nerves, which each plays a critical role in the process of vision. Some scientists argue that the complexity of the eye is evident for intelligent design, while others argue that it can be explained by natural selection. So this is what we're going to be getting into. The complexity of the eye is a significant challenge to the theory of evolution.
All right.
Some scientists argue.
Time. I give y'all 5 minutes to open up.
I was at my last paragraph.
Huh?
I was at my last paragraph, but that's okay. I get more into
All right,
it.
yeah.
That's okay. So I'm going to be dealing with the complexity of. Okay. Like I said, critical thinking is essential to evaluating scientific evidence and arguments for and against the theory of evolution. By approaching this theory, with a critical and nuanced perspective, we can avoid dogmatic thinking, as these guys do, to ensure our understanding of the natural world is based off the best available evidence. So I'm going to be digging into that. And once I get more time to go over more information, you'll see where I'm at with this. Because like I said, here's the important part. The lack of clear transitional forms of the fossil record, the complexity of the human eye, they had to deal with the origin of life on Earth. They had no answer for that. The complexity of the human brain. How does that gradually evolve?
Let's go.
Okay.
Seven Ausar. What do you think about what you're hearing? It's on you, brother.
Okay. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to come up here and put all of the weight on all of these creationists and these intelligent designers of their concepts and ideology. Now, I can't call it a theory because they don't have anything that can dispute the scientific theory of evolution. Their own concepts and ideology has no observable, no experimented, no testing, or documented evidence to prove their concepts of ideology. What they do have is an abundance of information on evolution, and they come here to critique evolution, which evolutionists have no problem of the critique because that's part of science, right? That's why theories are open to be added on, or for information to change what may have been a certain theory to something else. Science is open for that. Theories are open for that. And what we have here is a bunch of people who are opposing this scientific theory, but yet have no evidence or no proof of anything better. My contention here is not to prove the science of evolution, because there has been many people on here who.
You froze. You froze, Seven Ausar.
Information that has debunked his claims. So what I'm going to show the people, the scientists, the thousands of scholars, the 1,000 reports of books and peer-reviewed information that has been written on evolution, in contrast to that of intelligent design and creationism. And I'll close with that right there.
All right, Mandinka, you heard what he said? All right, you heard what he said? Let's go, Mandinka. What you got?
Considering that he said he's going to be showing the proof for evolution, I would deter my time for him to go first to present his information.
No, it's on you, brother. No, it's on you, brother.
You're going to, so we like to.
Aren't you the challenger?
It's gonna be backwards, but because I'm finna beat him up before he goes.
Aren't you challenger? You the one.
I got it. Seven.
You challenge me.
I got it. 7. I got it, brother. Mandinka, let's go.
All right, I'm gonna have time. All right, let me get back up my screen. All right, so he wants to say that modern.
You're not sharing nothing. You're not sharing anything. All right, I see it. There you go. You up.
Okay. So what I like to do first is get into the flaws of biology. Then we're going to get into Mendeleev's limitation, the modern synthesis flaws, limits of natural selection. So you're not ready for none of this, sir. The limitations of Mendel's experiment, 10 reasons why the pea plants don't represent all organisms. So you better get up here and explain the Mendel's law, because that's what you said you want to talk about. We're also going to be talking about Lucy and how it's a scientific joke. We're going to be getting into all this, sir. And watch what he say. He's not going to have any answers to any of the information, any of the questions that I present. He's not going to be able to rebut anything because he's not qualified. He's just a mockingbird. So you want me to go first? So let's deal with your Mendel's theory. Is that what you want to do? We can do that right now. We can do that right now, sir. All right. So the limitation of Mendelian genetics in explaining complex traits. So this is what you're going to have to deal with, bro, because you said this was the most updated science. So the Mendelian genetics has been instrumental in understanding the inheritance of traits, but it has several limitations when it comes to explaining the complex traits. Complex traits are influenced by multiple genes, environmental factors, and epidemic modifications, making it a challenge to predict their inheritance. You better get up here and show us how he predicted an inheritance. You're not going to be able to do it, bro. You ain't studied none of this. You're just mocking and acting like a parrot. So multiple genes influence complex traits. So many traits are influenced by multiple genes, making it challenging to predict the inheritances of these traits using Mendelian's genetics. See, it's flawed. For example, height is a complex trait influenced by multiple genes. And predicting the height of offspring based on parental height is not always accurate. How about polygenic inheritance? Are you going to be dealing with that, sir? Or are you just going to be saying, "What, this is the best that we have here"? I don't even know what you got in front of me for if you ain't got no information to prove your case. Because I'm going to beat you up with this, then I'm going to beat you up on your Lucy bones. We're going to do that today. So polygenic inheritance occurs when multiple genes contribute to a single trait, making it difficult to identify the individual genes involved. For instance, eye color, Ausar 7, is a complex trait influenced by multiple genes, and identifying these individual genes responsible for eye color is a challenging task. See, he's not going to tell you this. How about the epigenetic influences? Epigenetic changes such as DNA, methylation, and histone modifications can influence gene expression and trait inheritance. These are a lot of things that you got to deal with that's the problem with this guy's theory. The environmental issues, such as diet and stress, can influence gene expression and trait inheritance. For example, maternal care of rodents can influence the expression of genes involved in stress response, leading to changes in behavior and sociology. And then you got gene environment interactions, quantitative genetics. A lot of this is stuff that we really don't talk about. So I want to get into something more that we can understand. But this is the multifaceted information that he has to deal with, the lack of clear-cut Mendelian ratios. See, none of this stuff that you talking about Mendel did is verified as absolute. It's just a theory, sir. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's go to something else. Then I'll give you the floor. I'm gonna give you the floor. But you said this is what you wanted to deal with. You said you want to deal with modern synthesis flaw. You said that's what you want to deal with. So the synthesis of Darwin's theory of evolution. Let me highlight it so y'all can keep up with me. Let me highlight it a little bit. All right. So there we go. Wait. So the synthesis of Darwin's theory of evolution and mental laws of inheritance, known as modern synthesis, has been flawed or incomplete. Now, this is what I want you to consider, SAR 7. I want you to go Google something, and you better tell me why this is not making sense right here, because there's inconsistencies with Darwin's original theory. Mendel's genetic actually refuted Darwin's theory of blending inheritance, which proposed that offspring traits are a blend of parental traits. Mendel showed that genes are discrete and don't blend, preserving genetic variations. And you see the little numbers right there. That's where you can find the source. I'll show you at the end. But there's limitations to this. There's criticism of gradualism, which assumes evolution occurs slowly over long periods. This has been challenged by some scientists. Mendel's genetics, for instance, suggests that genetic changes can be sudden and discontinuous rather than gradual. See, you got to deal with that. You got to deal with the new discoveries and advances. Recent advances in fields like genomics and epigenetics have showed new light and mechanisms of evolution. So what I'm saying, they haven't figured out the complete story. They still coming up with new stuff, and then that is getting debunked. Anything they come up with, it don't hold clear. So here go some of the scientists who contribute to the critique of modern synthesis that include Thomas Hunt Morgan, initially doubted the physical reality of Mendel's genes and Darwin's natural selection. You got Massimo Pigliucci has argued for an extended evolutionary synthesis that incorporates additional factors beyond modern synthesis. All right, hold up. See, I don't know why you want me to go first, but he was supposed to be. This is what he's defending, so I'm just going to beat it up before I guess. Limitations of the experiment. Okay, so his experiment deals with pea plants, y'all. Okay, so these pea plants are supposed to represent all organisms according to Mendel. But here's 10 reasons why pea plants may not be represent all organisms. And here it is right here. We got cell structure. So this is the first thing I want you to deal with when you come in here defending Mendel's theory. He's not going to be able to do it. He's going to have to call on somebody else. Pea plants are eukaryotes, but their cell structure is different from prokaryotes like bacteria. Eukaryotic cells have nucleus and other membranes bound organelles, which prokaryotic cells do not. This difference in cell structure can affect how genetic information is stored, transmitted, and expressed. Pea plants have a more complex cell than prokaryotes. I can't pronounce that. This complexity allows for more intricate genetic regulation and expression, which may not be representative of similar organisms. The difference in cell structure between pea plants and other organisms can also impact the way genetic information is inherited and expressed. The presence of multiple chromosomes in pea plants can lead to more complex inheritance patterns than in organisms with single chromosomes. Furthermore, the cell structure of pea plants can influence the way genes interact with the environment to produce specific traits. This can result in a more complex relationship between genotype and phenotype, which may not be representative of all organisms. So in conclusion, the cell structure of pea plants is an important consideration when evaluating the representatives of Mendel's findings. So you have reproduction. Pea plants reproduce sexually, which is different from some of the other organisms that reproduce asexually. Talking about plants, sexual reproduction involves the fusion of gametes, sperm and egg cells, to form zygotes, which can lead to genetic recombination and increase genetic diversity. So, I mean, this is a lot of information a lot of us haven't really been talking about. And I would like for at least Ausar 7 to come in here and explain Mendel's theory and why it's correct and why these things that I'm bringing up are not important. Because we can go genetic variation. Pea plants have a relatively small number of chromosomes, 14 compared to some organisms. This can limit the amount of genetic variation that is possible in pea plants, which may not represent of the organism with more complex genes. You see? So, I mean, I don't want to really bore y'all with some of this information, but some of the stuff needs to come out when they're up here talking about Mendel's theory, biological evolution, chemical evolution. We have to kind of break it down to let the people know what we're trying to talk about or get our point across.
Time.
I don't want to overload you with information.
You had 10 minutes. What I want to do is I'm going to give y'all two rounds because y'all not in a debate. We're trying to see if this leads up to a debate. And then I will open up the panel for the brothers that raise their questions at y'all both. So, Ausar 7 is on you, brother. Ausar, you should have had a pencil writing down what you want to
First of all, can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, Ausar got his presentation up.
First of all, I want to say to everybody, I am not a scientist. Can you hear me? Hold on.
I hear you. We hear you.
Oh, you hear me? Okay. First of all, I want to say I'm not a scientist. I don't know the science intimately to try to make claims here like I'm a professional. But you know who else is not a scientist? Mandinka Mali. Everything that he regurgitated to you guys is not disproving Mendel's theory. As a matter of fact, when you do the research, no one has debunked Mendel's theory. There's been people who've had opinions, but they have not produced a theory to debunk his theory. The same goes with natural selection, Darwin's theory of natural selection. No one has debunked that. JJ can come up here and talk like he has information to debunk it, but JJ has no peer-reviewed work. He has no theory that has debunked this. All he has is a bunch of gobbledygook and pseudo talk. Let's look right here. Let's talk about what they believe, right? Right here we have intelligent design. They're talking about intelligent design, right? And right here you see it says intelligent design burst on the scene in 1996 with the publication of Darwin Black Box by Michael Behe. Since then, there has been a plethora of articles written about ID, both pro and con. However, most of these articles critical ID deal with peripheral issues such as whether ID is just another form of creationism or whether ID qualifies as science or whether ID should be taught in public schools. It is our view, mind you, hold on, this is a source coming from the National Library of Medicine, right? And let me continue. It is our review that the central issue is whether the basic claim of ID is correct. Our goal is foretold to show the most of the proposed refutations of ID or convincing or incorrect, to describe the single fundamental error of ID, to discuss the historic tradition surrounding the ID controversy, showing that ID is either example of God of gaps argument, and to place the ID controversy in the larger context, propose proofs of existence of God with the emphasis of Jewish tradition. So this is one of their first theories, right? the intelligent design that's supposed to counter evolution, right? But they rarely talk about this. They rarely talk about this. So let's talk about it. The concept of intelligent design, right, was proposed in 1996 by biochemist. Now, this is a biochemist, Michael Behe, in his book, Darwin's Black Book, The Biochemical Challenge to Evolution. Behe claimed to have discovered an ironclad proof for this existence of a supernatural being whom he called the intelligent designer. This is where y'all get y'all theory from, or concept. His studies of the living cell led Behe to conclude that Darwinian evolution cannot explain many biochemical reactions that take place in the cell. Only ID can, although Behe studiously refrained from identifying the intelligent designer. The widespread understanding is that intelligent designer is God. Pseudoism, science. Behe proposed proof that the cell could not have formed through Darwinian evolution, generated enormous interest, reported in Newsweek, U.S. News, and World Report, New York Times commentary, National Review, and many other periods. Michael Behe is a creationist dream come true. Unlike previous religious scientists who attacked evolution, Behe is a professor of biochemistry at a respected university, a research science who does experiments, is awarded grants, and publishes papers in international science journals. Moreover, his book is extremely well written, cleverly argued, and shows his obvious expertise in biochemistry. Indeed, Behe's book is the most sophisticated take on evolution to appear in recent years. It has revived the hopes of the creationists. Here is a professional biochemist claiming that Darwinists are all wrong about evolution. The present article focuses on various aspects of intelligent design. What exactly has Behe claimed, and why is this claim wrong? What is the history of ID? What can we learn from this history? What did the critics say, and what should they have said? What important implications would follow if ID were indeed correct? Important and unimportant issues. Some issues that are irrelevant to Behe's claim have unfortunately occupied the attention of many involved in ID debate. We're not going to talk about that because that's irrelevant to the science. Let's talk about the scientific. Let's talk about the scientific world was immediately up in arms against Behe's book. He was ridiculed for claiming that his discovery is so significant that it must be ranked as one of the greatest achievements in history of science, rivaling those of Newton, Einstein, Levasseur, Schrodinger, and Pasteur. Many scientists wrote that one should dismiss out of the hand claim of ID because Behe invoked a supernatural being to explain an important part of the physical world. Much less effort was spent examining whether Behe's claim is correct. For example, philosophy of science Michael Roos recently published an essay discussing ID. His opening system is the following. We need to answer two questions. What is ID and is it science? Those are wise questions that he should ask, right? If ID were correct, then Behe would be perfectly justified in asserting that ID is the greatest challenge imaginable, and not just to evolution, but to science itself. ID would show that the central assumptions of science of hundreds of years was wrong. Since the time of Newton, the enterprise of science was based on the assumption that the laws of nature are sufficient to explain all physical phenomena without the need to invoke supernatural beings. If this assumption were proven to be correct, this would indeed be one of the most achievements in the history of science. It was not proven correct. That's why we don't have a Michael Behe theory of evolution, right? Behe, his theory of intelligent design was all around something he called irreducible complexity. When Behe speaks of irreducible complexity, what does he mean? How does IC differ from the usual forms of complexity? What is the basis for his claim that IC cannot be explained by the standard Darwinian evolutionary theory and that only ID can account for the IC that is found in the living cell? Darwinian evolution works by the chance appearance of a favorable mutation in the genetic makeup of an animal. The favorable mutation enhances the animal's chances for survival by making the animal a bit stronger, faster, or less susceptible to disease, etc. Therefore, the animal with the favorable mutation will probably live to reproduce the next generation. And this mutation will become incorporated into the species gene pool. The accumulation of many favorable mutations over many generations bring about large changes in the animal, eventually leading to an entirely new species. The key point in that, according to Darwinism, only those mutations that enhance the animal's chances for survival become incorporated in the gene pool. That's evolution. It is unlikely that a mutation that provides no survival adaptation will be passed on to the next generation. That has been proven through testing and experimentation. Behe asserts that the gradual accumulation of favorable mutations cannot explain the development of many vital biochemical mechanisms. Among the various examples cited by Behe is the mechanism of blood clotting. A large number of chemical reactions are involved in blood clotting. And here is the crucial point. If even one of these reactions did not occur, the blood will not clot. Therefore, claims Behe, the mechanism for blood clotting could not have evolved gradually through a series of mutations. Wrong. With each mutation proving on additional survival advantage to the animal. Each such mutations would by itself be useless. All these mutations have to be present to be any use to the animal because every one of these reactions involved in blood clotting must occur or the blood will not clot. The mechanism of blood clotting is called irreducible because it cannot be reduced to a series of steps with each steps affording an additional survival advantage. To complete the blood clotting mechanism had to appear in the species gene pool all at once. According to Behe, this implies intelligent designs. It is important to note that even a relatively simple system consisting of only two parts can be irreducibly complex systems. Debunked them. If both parts are necessary for the system to function, Behe discusses the mousetrap as a classic example of an IC system. There is clearly nothing very complex about a mousetrap. That's his example, right? But we have evolutionist biologist H. Alan Orr. He dismisses the above proposed refutation of. We might think that some of the parts of the irreducible complex system evolved step by step for some of the purposes, and when then recruited wholesale to new functions, which is precisely what Dory proposed. But this is unlikely. You may as well hope that half your car transmission will suddenly help out in the airbag department. Such things must happen very, very rapidly, but they surely do not offer a general solution to irreducible complexity. Or then shows how IC system can indeed evolve through a gradual process without having to assume that the necessary parts were already lying about.
All right.
So let me just say this in closing. He's using science to try to debunk evolution, but he couldn't.
Okay. Let me have a word of advice for both of y'all. Hold on, man.
So let me get straight to it.
Mandinka, hold on till I bring you on, brother. Hold on. Let me give a word of advice to Ausar 7, because I know this is his first time going in. Brother, don't read straight through 10 minutes. You don't want to read straight through. You read something, and when you're making a point as you're reading, stop, look the camera in the face, and explain what it's talking about.
Okay,
because I mean, you was going in on a lot of. You was going in on.
I'm going to talk by myself.
Hold on. You was going in on a lot of good points, but that's when you supposed to stop and explain what they talking about. That way, it's more catchy to the people. Because if you just read straight through, it just makes it a little boring. You stop it and then go in and explain, elaborate what they talking about. That's how it becomes better for you. Same with you, Mandinka Mali. You did the same thing, and you know better because you're a veteran debater. So go ahead. This is your last and final round, and then we're going to open up the panel once Ausar 7 go. Go ahead, Mandinka. You got it.
right? Y'all see that? PubMed, the National Library of Medicine. See, I don't know what kind of article he brought up. He ain't even bringing up no real article, just some kind of blogger information. You hear me, ladies and gentlemen? So what we really since he want to talk about biology and chemical stuff, we need to deal with the RNA world hypothesis. Because this is abiogenesis. This is the origins of life. They have no idea what the origin of life, and the best thing they got smoking is the RNA world hypothesis, the worst theory of early evolution of life. Y'all see that right here on PubMed. I'm gonna read some of it, but I really don't want to, give you everything because I want to save it just in case this guy want to debate. He will not touch this without abiogenesis, the origin of life. You can't have your evolution because you have to know where the original organism come from. See, the problem associated with the RNA world hypothesis is well known. In the following, I discuss some of the difficulties, some of the alternative hypotheses that have been proposed, and some of the problems with alternative models from biosemitic as well as arguably evolutionary perspective. DNA is a modified RNA, so the chicken and the egg dilemma, which came first, boils down to the choice between RNA and protein. This is not a question of cause and effect, but also one of statistical likelihoods as a chance of two such different types of macro arising simultaneously would appear unlikely. That's your problem, sir. They want to skip this abiogenesis. They want to skip the origin of life, and they want to go straight to some goddamn evolution. Well, I can go to that, and I'm gonna bust your head with these Lucy bones. Let me get to that. Let me see you deal with this. Let me see you deal with this. He ain't gonna deal with the RNA world. He ain't gonna deal with the Lucy bones. You in some trouble. And then you want to skip to intelligent design. We ain't talking about intelligent design today, sir. The reason he went there, because it's like, well, what your God say? Because he has no answers for his fake for his fake science. So let me stop and let me share. Let me get into Lucy because I want you to deal with that. I want you to deal. Yeah. See, I ain't gonna waste my time just reading to you. I want to point out some stuff that you need to deal with. Hold up. Let me get Lucy up here. Let me get Lucy. Stop my time so I can get it up here. Stop my time real quick.
Time stop.
Yeah, some of these scientific words are kind of hard to okay. So excuse me for messing up some of the words, but like I say, it's not easy when you come up here. So whoever in the audience running their mouth, wait till you get up here. All right, let me get to my information. We're gonna deal with Lucy since we got limited time. I want him to since he want me to deal with his topic, I want him to deal with Lucy. I want him to do that the next round too. All right, hold up. Let me get Lucy up here. The problems with Lucy. Hold up. Genetic. All right, here we go, man. Lucy is a scientific joke. Okay, here we go right here.
It's very tiny. It's very small.
Right, let's deal with this. Sorry, you can start. I got a touch screen. I can blow it up. Is it better?
Yep.
Now, Unc and all these guys, the SARS and the rest of these guys, this is what they don't want to deal with. The controversy surrounding Lucy, a critical examination of skeleton reconstruction, discovery of Lucy, a 3.2 million years old hominin fossil in Hader, Ethiopia in 1974, right? Now, the background, the fossil remains of Lucy were discovered by Donald Johnson and his team in 1974. The skeleton was found in a fragmented state, which many of the bones scattered over a small area. The team reconstructed this skeleton using a combination of fossilized bones and casts. Now, here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I want to start to deal with. This is supposed to be your relative, right? Several scientists have questioned the accuracy of the skeleton reconstruction, citing a range of issues, including inconsistent fossilization. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have anything that's conclusive. The fossilization process can cause bones to become distorted and fragmented, making it challenging to accurately reconstruct this skeleton. See, they're making stuff up. There's an incomplete fossil record. You got to deal with that, sir. I want you to tell us why the fossil record is incomplete. Many of Lucy's bones were fragmented or missing, requiring the reconstruction team to make educated guesses about the placement and orientation of the bones. You know, how about this? A lack of clear anatomical markers. Some of the bones, particularly the pelvis and spine, lack clear anatomical markers, making it difficult to determine the correct position. So you have to deal with this, sir. How about inadequate documentation? The reconstruction process was not well documented, making it challenging to evaluate the accuracy of this reconstruction. When are you going to deal with that? Let's keep going. The implications of the reconstruction issue. This is what I want you to talk about in your next, when you come up here. Don't talk about intelligent Zion. Don't talk about Yahweh. Don't talk about Jehovah and Allah. Stick to the science. The problem with the skeleton reconstruction of Lucy has significant implications for the understanding of human evolution. So how do you talk about you understand human evolution and they got too many goddamn problems? Some of the key implications include, ladies and gentlemen, inaccurate estimates of the body size proportions. They don't know how tall this thing was. Some say 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot. Make up your mind. If the skeleton reconstruction is inaccurate, estimates of Lucy's body size and proportions may be inaccurate, which could, guess what, Ausar 7, affect the understanding of her locomotion and behavior. How about misrepresentation of bipedalism? The reconstruction of Lucy's skeleton has been used to support the idea that she was a bipedal homonym. However, if the reconstruction is inaccurate, Ausar, how do you get around it? You better get up here and explain, well, it was inaccurate, but this proved that the bipedalism of Lucy was right. See, you're going to have to deal with that. The impact of phylogenetic analysis. The skeleton reconstruction of Lucy has been used in phylogenetic analysis to determine her place in the human family tree. Oh, let's get some more. Because he's not going to come back and deal with none of this. I guarantee it. Hold up. Let's go back. Let me go back. Where's Lucy? Lucy, we got a problem. Let's see. Challenge the theory of evolution. Hold up. Lucy, where's my guy more Lucy? Hold up. All right, let me go to something now. All right, here it is. Okay, let's go right here. Yeah, this is important. This is important. Right here. See? Now, why Lucy isn't a transitional fossil? Ausar 7, you better get up here and tell us how Lucy is a transitional fossil, because I got a lot of evidence to say is there's incomplete fossil record. The fossil record is incomplete, and Lucy remains a fragment, making it challenging to determine the exact place of her human evolution. Like I said, the bipedalism debate, the extent of Lucy's bipedalism is debated among scientists, with some arguing that she was more adapted to arboreal behaviors. We have anatomical controversies. Lucy's anatomy has been subject to controversy. When are you going to address any of these controversies? I don't care what you say. Well, they think this and that. You better be dealing with these controversies if you do decide to debate. We can debate both topics. Primitive, how about this? Primitive and advanced trait. Lucy mix of a primitive and advanced trait is often cited as evidence of her transitional status. However, the mix of trait could also suggest that Lucy is simply a distinct species that has been misrepresented as a transitional fossil. Lack of clear transitional form. The fossil record lacks clear. Look at this, y'all. These are some of the points that he got to deal with. You just can't come up here, Lucy, talking about she our family member and all this. We come from that. That's our transition. You better show it. The brain size and cognitive abilities. Lucy's brain size and cognitive ability were more similar to those of apes than humans, which can raise questions about her status as a transitional fossil. See, Ausar 7, you didn't account for the brain size and the cognitive ability. How about the dental structure? Did you look at that, Ausar? Lucy's dental structure is more similar to that of apes than humans, which can suggest that she's more adapted to a diet of plants and fruits. See? This similarity in dental structure between Lucy and ape raises questions about Lucy's dietary habits and her place in human evolutionary lineages. Then, like I said, the locomotor adaptations. Lucy's locomotor adaptations are similar to those of apes than humans, which suggests that would suggest that she is more adapted to arboreal behaviors. The similarity in locomotive adaptation between Lucy and apes, raised questions about Lucy's ability to walk upright. You better show how she walked upright in her place in the human evolutionary lineage. Let me go to something else real quick. I know my time is limited. I want to hit this too. I want to hit this. Hold up. And let me get this out. Hold up. 5 studies methodology. Hold up. Okay. All right. So this is what we have. Since he was talking about Michael Behe, I'm just going to bring some of my sources and the people I'm working with, because I know I got limited time. But I'm dealing with 25 scientists and experts who raise questions or criticism about various aspects of the evolutionary theories. We have biologists, Michael Behe. He's a biochemist. They will say, oh, he just deal with intelligent design. He's a biochemist and a professor that argues certain biological structures are irreducibly complex and cannot be explained by the natural selection, meaning the formation of the eye. You see? The eye and other human organs. How about Lynn Margulis, a biologist and advocate for the Gaia hypothesis, has questioned the role of natural selection in evolution. You got J.T. Travers, a professor in microbiology, who's written about the limitation and chance of necessity in explaining the origins of life. This is a paleontologist. This guy just brought some blogger got dang on article up here. I went to PubMed at least. And I'm bringing you people. Yeah, okay.
All right, Ausar, your last and final round. Let's go, brother.
All right. Man, once again, JJ is over here talking like he a scientist. And the information that he's bringing forth to us has debunked evolution. None of this information has debunked evolution. He's just reading off of somebody's opinion that doesn't agree with evolution. But he hasn't showed us any sources that show that evolution has been debunked by any of these people he's mentioning. I showed you Michael Behe, who is the originator of intelligent design, who is a scientist, and his work has not debunked evolution. His work has been vetted and peer-reviewed by scholars all around. He has not debunked evolution. Evolution is the best explanation that we have of who we are as human beings in our biology, right? Like, share my screen, Sa. I am going to show you an article by Oxford Academic. This is Oxford Academic right here, right? And this is here's talking about evolution in today's society, referring to the biology. Wait a minute, hold on. Not this one. Not this one. I'm sorry. Hold on. It's not this one. It is. Hold on. Let me stop streaming for a minute. Let me stop sharing for a minute and get this right. Right. My apologies for the pause, but I got to make sure I get the right information for you guys. Okay. This is from the National Institute of Health. All right. And we know that evolution is the father of biology. Here we go. See, this is evidence supporting biological evolution. A long path leads from the origins of primitive life, which existed at least 3.5 billion years ago, to the provision and diversity of life that exists today. The path is best understood as a product of evolution, right? Charles Darwin came and gave us natural selection, which is the foundation of biology today, right? There's been so many biological discoveries discovered from natural selection. The same thing with genetic advances comes from Mendel's theory. We have nothing. And I'm just showing, I'm not going to read, I'm just showing where you can go read this information on biology, because I don't want to bore you with the tediness of it, but you can go and see all the things that evolution has helped us and advanced us in society. Mandinka Mali can't show us nothing that a creationist ideology has benefited and advanced us in society, or an intelligent design ideology that has advanced us in society. This is why scientists have debunked and refuted both of those concepts. This is why JJ isn't presenting any of those concepts. What he's up here doing is trying to debunk evolution, something no one has done. And he doesn't have the information, nor does he have the scholarship to do so. But he's up here trying to convince you that his body of evidence is better than the body of evidence that evolution has produced. Did you know that there are thousands of books written about evolution? There is a precise total. It's impossible to determine as many papers in fields like genetics, biology, and pathology, implicities it supports and discuss of evolution. The number of papers directly mentioning evolution is estimated to be around 6 million in Google Scholar. This is how much the topic has been researched, vetted, and peer-reviewed. This information can be critiqued, but it can't be refuted unless you produce a peer-reviewed paper and tested information to show a better theory. Mandinka Mali has and will never show us a better theory because he's not a scientist. He's over here blowing smoke up your behind, trying to disprove scientific theory that has a major body of evidence. So if he wants to come up here and tell us that evolution isn't fact, he needs to show us the theory that disproves it. Not a bunch of different issues about evolution that he disagrees with, that he shows, that he thinks that proves evolution wrong, because he's never showed. Everybody in the chat, has JJ proved and showed us a theory that is better than evolution and any information that disproves evolution, that has been peer-reviewed, tested, observed, and experimented? He has not. He will never. Because what he does is he is somebody who is a believer. He takes his belief and jumps with it. He takes his belief and takes pseudo information and tries to convince everybody else what he's saying is fact. But he doesn't put that pseudo information into the scholarly world for it to be peer reviewed, for it to be looked at, for actual scientists to actually look at his information, come up with comments to debunk his information, for him to come back and prove them wrong. He doesn't do that. He comes up here and tries to tell us that he's the HOK goat. He's a goat that eats tin cans. That's a amount of much goat he got going on, because his information is not panning out. And we've seen many of scholars on this platform debunking JJ's so-called pseudoscience. But we have yet to see JJ or any other people who are against evolution to show us a contrary theory. That's what we're here today to adjust you on a contrary theory. What is your theory? Can you prove your theory? You want to critique evolution? Today it's time to critique creationism. Today it's time to critique intelligent design. Where are you? I want to hear your explanations of how man came about, how lungs were created. Why do we have eyes? Why do we breathe air? Show me how all of that comes together. And I want you to show me through tested, observed, documented body of evidence, not from your opinion, but from actual facts. Because we as evolutionists, we have a body of evidence to show you. This is why you're able to critique this evidence. But the only thing I can critique on your ideologies or your concepts is just opinions. And I'll close right there.
Woo, strong closing.
All right, son,
All right, family. Family, are y'all ready?
Can we get questions?
Hold on. Yeah, I will allow you to ask him a question. Go ahead, Mandinka. Ask your question.
Okay, what was Mendel accused of fraud in his data collection?
You got to let him answer the question.
His theory been debunked. That has nothing to do with his theory being debunked. So I don't care if he was accused of being a fraud. Them accusing him of being a fraud didn't debunk his theory. So that's a mute point.
So
just like you got muted.
Okay, can I share my screen, sa.neter? Can I share my screen?
No. Question and answers, brother. Question and answers.
How about let's do this? Let's set up a topic. We can talk about two topics in this debate. We're gonna talk about Lucy, because you don't want to deal with that. Everybody in the audience said you ran from that dang old discussion.
I'm not. I'm not going to discuss.
You don't. Be quiet, sir. I didn't interrupt you. You don't know nothing about Mendel's theory. You don't know nothing about abiogenesis, chemical evolution, biological evolution. All you're doing up here is regurgitating pseudo-killer talking points. You way off topic when you brought in intelligent design, when you know goddamn well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about your theory of evolution, biological evolution and chemical evolution, which you said in the beginning, you're not a scientist, you know nothing about it. I'm not saying I'm a scientist, but at least I can bring information to challenge your information. Where's your counter arguments to my arguments? He has none, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to beat the brakes off of you in 2 weeks. I'm going to slap you around, and you're going to be a star no more. I'm going to turn you into a Jehovah's Witness. That's what's going to happen to you.
Damn.
So in 2 weeks, we're going to deal with Mendel's theory. We're going to deal with abiogenesis. Each round, we can talk about all three. Mendel's theory and the flaws in that. And you're going to say that then abiogenesis, that's biological evolution, that you claim that's the answers to the origins of life. And I'm going to show you the many flaws in that. And then we're going to deal with Lucy. Each 3 rounds. Do you agree with that? Yes or no?
No. Because I'm not here to argue science that you've been debunked on already, JJ. We're not going to do that. And to correct you, we're not here to debate about evolution. We're here because I'm here to adjust you about creationism and intelligent design, the opposite ideology of evolution. You're here to talk about evolution. I'm here to tell you that evolution has already been proven. You have no theory to debunk.
The adjustment bureau is back, man.
The adjustment bureau. We make Negroes adjust.
Oh, shit.
Theory.
Sorry,
that,
I know you do good about
have,
up the debate.
hold on.
But
I didn't. You didn't want me to talk when you was talking. You need to shush your blabbermouth. Like I said, you have nothing to dispel this theory. You have no scholar who has a theory to dispel it. You have no information to dispel it. All you have is a bunch of googly gosh. And you want to come up here on the panel and act like you a scientist or you know more than the scientists who actually did the experimentations. So you are up here spewing ignorance as usual. And if you want to debate me, let's debate which more ideology or theory has more information about who we are as human beings. Is it intelligent design or creationism? Or is it evolution? If you want to debate me, we'll debate that. If you want to debate me, we'll debate that. But you won't, because you're running from that.
Okay, hold up, bro. All right, let me answer and respond. See, ladies and gentlemen, he think Unc West is accredited science. He think a Cedric is a real science. He listens to these type of characters. He don't ever say, well, are you a real scientist, Cedric? Are you a real scientist, Unc? You don't go at them like that. They don't know nothing like you. Now he wants to go over to intelligent design. We can do that on another debate. You're going to defend your science, sir. We're not talking about intelligent design. You're going to prove the origin of life, which you can't. You're going to prove that non-living matter can produce life, because without the non-living matter to produce life, you have no evolution, sir. We're going to go to the goddamn on beginning. This is what he's scared of. So he wants to try to turn this into a creationist intelligent design. I didn't even bring up intelligent design as something I'm defending right now. I'm going against your false claim, your confidence, your low confidence of science, your misinformation. You're going to have to deal with irreducible complexity. You're going to have to deal with scientific mechanisms that Darwin knew that he didn't even prove. Where's the scientific mechanism that sparked evolution? Where's the scientific mechanism that sparked abiogenesis? You can't prove that. You can't recreate the early conditions of early Earth. So your science is flawed. Your Lucy bones. Why ain't you notice, ladies and gentlemen, he didn't even touch that. And they always talk about Lucy. So you're going to get beat up when we talk about Lucy and we're talking about your evolution. No, we're not talking. No, we're going to stick to you defending your science. We're not going into no intelligent design debate. We can do that next time after I slap you around on this one.
All right. All right.
All right, go ahead.
All right, Apostle. I see you got your hand up. What's your question? Who are you questioning?
I'm questioning Ausar. Thanks, side. The game getting ready to come on. So I'm
Who playing? Who playing tonight?
Washington and Kansas City, man.
I got Kansas City. I'm gonna watch it in a minute.
All right. So let me say this.
How much?
Let me say this, man.
How much?
I don't gamble, side.
Lunch, man. Lunch. How much? Lunch.
Let me say
$20.
this, man. Let me speak.
Lunch, brother. Lunch,
Let
man.
me speak, man.
They playing your team. Lunch. I got Kansas City. I thought so. You don't have no faith in your team.
Now, if my people was there, if they were playing,
Quarterback hurt.
Look at
yeah, but the team is hurt.
I give you 2-1 odds.
No shit. Okay. Now you might be talking too. Listen, real quick, man, before the game starts. Let's get ready to start. So, okay. 2 questions and a statement. Ausar mentioned how many science books are out there and exist. Ausar must know that the Bible is the all-time leading book that exists. It's the #1 selling book in the history of the Bible.
So
You can't compare it to other books. So since you brought up how many books were written by talking about science, the Bible is the #1. So
the Bible is the #1 book because the masses are asses, my brother. The masses of the people are asses. Simple as that.
Count that he just did when you.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the
when
Bible.
they asked him about the fraud guy, and he said that don't matter. That he just committed fraud. That don't matter. That don't matter. That he's a fraud. What you mean?
All right.
That means he got no honor if he's a fraud. What you mean? Anything a fraud?
What's your question, Apostle? What's your question?
Prove. Can you prove right now? You prove right now that evolution works.
My proof is the body of evidence that was collected from scientists.
Okay, thank you. You can't prove it.
No, you got to let him finish, Apostle, man. Let him answer the question.
Apostle, you've been here, I don't know for how long you've been here, Apostle, but you've seen people present information on evolution from scientists, from scholars. They all presented this information. It's nothing new to you. So me regurgitating that information is not going to convince you, right? Because you're a believer. But this is the fact, Apostle.
If you don't got evidence, you should believe it too.
Apostle, let him finish, brother.
Say it again.
No, go ahead. I was telling Apostle that you finish.
Yeah, no one has debunked the theory of evolution, Apostle. Not you, not JJ, not anybody that you claim to study that has opinions. That's all they have is opinions, but they don't have any type of theory that is better than the theory of evolution or tested, observed, and recorded body of evidence that proves other than their theory of evolution. So you, just like JJ, who's up here trying to do a mind flip, like he think I'm going to be dumb enough to talk science with him, and he's not a scientist. He's not a scientist. And because he thinks he's reading some people that refute science, doesn't mean what he's saying is true. Everybody in the chat knows that he didn't debunk the theory of evolution. The information that he provided didn't debunk the theory of evolution.
All right.
You gotta go. Wrong, Apostle.
That was not my question.
And this is another answer to your question.
That was not my question.
The guy that you said that was a fraud, who cares if he's a fraud? Is his information correct? His information was correct. They couldn't disprove the information.
I got to get to my second question. He blows it. He can't prove it. He talking about other people. Well, yesterday I saw them other people. Yesterday I saw those other people get their head bust. They got disproved yesterday.
What's the question?
By Inky.
What's the question?
Disproved them yesterday.
No, he didn't.
Inky disproved.
Oh, he did not.
Jabari, Cedric, he showed them all that they don't know what they talking about, just like you don't know what you talking about. You can't prove.
What is your question, Apostle?
That is my question.
That was a statement, man.
I got my statement in.
All right. Moving on. That was a statement.
Can he prove? And he did not answer my question.
All right, Apostle, go watch the game. I'm right behind you. That's why I'm trying to get these questions in. So, my brother, Suntan, what's up, man?
What's going on? What's going on to the panel? My brother, sa.neter. sa.neter, yeah, they told me you was over there talking about, I didn't know what I was talking about over in the Unks room.
No, I said this.
That's okay.
Hold on. I want you to know what I said. I said that Inky did such a great job with his presentation with music and everything. In my opinion, he spent more time on the music and information to where I felt like it influenced you on agreeing with him, because you actually agreed with Unc on the pangenesis point, which was Inky did not agree.
All right, let him ask the question. Let's go, Suntan.
All right, brother, sir. Here's my question to you. It's just a mild question, because I don't play that take shots. I just deal with the realer. And would you agree that the same amount of people that deal with evolution, that believe in evolution, an estimated educated guess, it's about the same people that deal with intelligent design? Would you agree on that?
I think there's more people that deal with intelligent design and creationism than evolution.
Okay,
because there are more believers. There are more people that are religious than people that are who look to science for
well, I put that forth because you take, and I think you're very intelligent, so you take a hard stand on the facts that have been presented, peer reviewed, and things of this nature. However, and this is me because I'm a little bit older than you, it's always two sides of a coin, right? At the end of the day, neither one of those intelligent design, evolution, nobody really knows. So I'm gonna leave it there. Peace, man.
Well, let me answer the question.
All right. Hold on. Let's go. Moses, you up next.
You keep
Hey,
muting.
hey, Moses.
Hey, sa.neter, since I was talking on the last show, let Silky go first. I'm still trying to.
No, all right, Silky, let's go, Silky.
Oh man, I ain't shoot. I got two questions and a statement. So
Who's your question for?
the first question is to Ausar. Can you show me? Can you give me examples of a new creatures or species through a molecular transition that has evolved in this abundance body of evidence you say you have? Can you show me a new species through molecular evolution?
No. No.
Okay. Can you show me
I told you.
Can you show me a new species through natural selection?
No, I can't show you a new species from natural selection. No, I can't.
But your own words was you said the new species come about, they are made through evolution. So do we have any new species through evolution?
I'm not sure. I haven't researched if any new species have been created in evolution.
Well, you'd have to show that through molecular transition.
What the hell is that?
That's a monkey.
Hey, show the first one, sa.neter. Show the.
But hold on. Let's get back to Silky, because what's the point you're trying to make, Silky?
Well, I'm asking you if you said evolution's been happening for so long. So if you're representing evolution, you need to show us a new evolved species, and then you need to show us the molecular transition of how that species came about into a new one. The whole transition. That's what you got to show us if you're going to say you believe in evolution.
Are you finished?
Yeah, go ahead. For that one, then I got one more statement. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I don't have to show you anything. Because, Silky, you just like the rest of them. You don't have a theory or an observed, tested, documented theory that debunks evolution. You don't have one. There's a body of evidence that proves what I'm saying. And you've seen it, Silky. This is why you're over here asking me these questions. Because you have that information and you look at it and you read it and you study it so you can critique it. But there's no body of information for creationism and ideology. And I want to say to my brother, Elder Santan, evolution is just the best understanding of what we have. We can't say that it's completely true. See, that's what science does. Science doesn't say that this is completely facts and truths. They only can say the little bits and pieces that they can prove, right? That's why you guys can come in here and critique the little pieces that they haven't proven. So there's open up. Science gives an open for change, for new information. There's no finality to it.
All right. Let me go to OTK. What's up, OTK?
Hey man, peace and love, Uncle Si, man. Peace and love, JJ. You already know Cuzzo, Elder Sultan, and the rest of the panel, man. Seven to Saw. Hey, I appreciate y'all, brothers. I just got one question. Well, really like two. Can y'all tell me who is this common ancestor that we split from? And then my second question will be is, don't the American Indian line debunks evolution? Go ahead.
From my understanding, there is no specific common ancestor that has been identified. We know of a common ancestor, but there's not one that has been identified. But there's a plethora of information that proves evolution without the identification of one common ancestor. And there's yet to be anybody to debunk evolution based on the fact that they can't find one common ancestor, the common ancestor that they're referring to. If you can show me a theory that debunked evolution and is respected around the science world and is a consensus over the theory of evolution, then I'd be right there with you, brother.
So you're talking about a theory. Is that theory a scientific fact?
It's a scientific theory.
Oh,
something that's been observed, something that's been experimented, something that's been tested, something that's been documented over and over.
Whoa. How is evolution tested, bro? How is evolution tested? Can you tell me how evolution been tested?
Yeah, there were scientists that tested different parts of nature and different parts of us as human beings, and through those observations, through those experiments, through those tests, they documented the results, and from those results, there became a body of evidence, and that's what evolution has. Creationism doesn't.
Are you talking about cranial? Are you talking about cranial? Are you talking about cranial results? Are these cranial results that you're going off of? Yes or no?
I'm talking about the information that they have that they can show and prove the theory of evolution. Information that OTK hasn't been debunked. There's no theory.
Okay, so people are still evolving from this common ancestor today.
Yes. Yes.
All right, then you can show me the common split then.
Into what?
But that fact doesn't mean
Ausar. I think you're making a mistake. People are now no longer forming through the common ancestor. The common ancestor does his job. We are the ones that procreate. We are the ones. Hold on. We are the ones that keep it going now. The common ancestor did what it's supposed to do, and it dissolved and went out into the rest of the space. Now we are the ones that can, keep the life going. No, they're not continuing to, form from the common ancestor, brother.
But that's not what I said to him. I never said
he asked you, are they still doing it from the common ancestor? And you said yes.
Well, I misunderstood that question, because we're not still evolving from that common ancestor. We're evolving from where we are today.
Let me jump in.
That's what
Can I jump in? You done, sir?
All right, go ahead, Mandinka. You got the floor.
Hold up, Silk. Let me jump in like 1 minute. Okay. As you can see, he failed miserably in answering the question about the common ancestor. They always run for this. Okay, let me tell you something. This is their theory. Two, the same species, right? One went south, one went north. And because of our environmental conditions, one changed from a monkey chimp into a human, and then the other one went somewhere else, and we don't know what he changed to. There is no, because a group of people split and go into a different environment can change them as a species. This is low confidence science. I need you to get up here and prove to us during this split, it's like 45 of us, right? 23 went this way, 22 went that way. And because it's real hot over here, and now I changed into something else. And then the other group of people went over here and it's cold, and I guess they changed into something else. What is a species? This makes no sense at all.
So, Mandinka, what is your theory? What is your theory, Mandinka?
See, that's what he's running from, Sa. He's running from that.
Mandinka, what is your theory?
Be quiet, man.
Hold on, I'm asking you, brother. What is your theory? What is your theory?
This dude shut his mouth.
Oh, God, he ain't talking. He got.
Yeah,
give us your theory, brother.
Now,
give us your theory,
Mandinka. Hold on, you the host. Hold on. Okay, my theory is, God dang it, there was a creator who created everyone and everything was all good at once. There wasn't no we came from he put us on this planet, and we came from some microorganism, and all of a sudden we came out the waters. And now we learned how to fly and show the transitional fossils. Miss Tiffany, since you're talking about we ignorant, you've been listening to Unc West too long. Put your pom-pom down and come over here for some real information. I'm not going at her. No. I'm just running her mouth. She over here pom-pomming for evolution so she can get it just like everybody else. Miss Tiffany's cool. I like Miss Tiffany for years. Beautiful woman. Beautiful spirit. She just confused.
Hold on, I got a little question.
Hold on. No, I wasn't done. Let me finish 30 seconds. So
no, I got Moses next. Moses is next.
Right. You got to deal with the Lucy bones. You got to deal with that, sir. Yes, you do. So is Lucy part of your evolutionary cycle? So I want you to answer that when you come back. Lucy is supposed to be part of the missing, the transitional fossils, ladies and gentlemen. And it's proven to be, they got baboon bones mixed in with it. They took a little bit of here and a little bit of there. You know, chihuahuas and cougars got the same type of skeleton type of formation on their head, but that don't make them the same. Everybody knows this, but they doing lookership by saying, well, look, these two skeleton bones look alike. That don't work. That is low confidence science. I'm going to dog walk you, and when we're dealing with Lucy, I'm going to dog walk you when we're dealing with abiogenesis, and I'm going to dog walk you when we're dealing with the theories of evolution that hasn't been proven. 3 rounds: Lucy, abiogenesis, and your evolution. That's going to be the debate in 2 weeks. That's going to be the debate in 2 weeks, and I'm going to teach this guy. You in the ring with the goddamn chair.
All right, thank you. Now, OTK, answer the question on the screen, brother.
Yes, it does. The American Indian does debunk the Bible too, and these 12 tribe charts, all of that shit. Yes, and I can debunk it. Anybody you got that want to go up against me against that, I know I'm a nobody, but I would destroy them when it comes down to that. When it comes down to American Indian history, definitely.
That's
word.
Right.
I have. Hey, and another question. Let me throw this on your mind, Ausar. Hey, appreciate you too, bro. All of y'all now. No disrespect, Elder Sultan, none of y'all. But don't Luzia and Luzio debunk evolution too?
Now let me ask you.
Y'all know who those?
Who you talking to? Who you asking the question? Oh,
anybody. Yeah, Ausar, man. I appreciate that, brother, man. I do appreciate you, bro.
All right, let me go to Moses, man. Moses, you on the call?
Oh, yeah, it's honest.
All right, so I guess my question is, I'm trying to figure out what it is they're arguing about. So I think what I understand is that JJ is against evolution. And
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so JJ. I still feel like he a Hebrew Israelite. I don't think he have African content.
Nah, he's not an Israelite, man.
All right, okay. Well, let me ask him this question.
He's against God now. He's against Yahweh.
Okay. All right. So
he's down with me on this.
Okay. So JJ, can you explain from an African perspective how the black woman and the black man was created? Explain it to Ausar from your African perspective.
Well,
natural selection.
Basically, the African perspective goes into more of a creationist type of philosophy. They believe that some of them may have stories that we came from clay. Some of them might have stories that we come from the dust, the dirt of the earth. But the whole thing is they understand that there is something, a power out there greater than themselves. Africans, he can't even show one tribe that's out here teaching that we come from monkeys or we come from any of this, we evolved. All of our African stories, ladies and gentlemen, they're telling us that it's a power, Uladu Marie, Shango, all these different creator gods who created us. We're not dealing with no European, Western, scientific, racist philosophies. The whole point of this evolution stuff was to study the goddamn skeletons and try to put Caucasian skeleton remains. Oh, well, their heads is bigger than us, so they're smarter and they evolved faster than us. This is what their master teacher Charles Darwin teach, that we as black people, melanated people, we evolve slower than these Caucasians. We are savages. And this is why I'm so offended when they get up front of us with this Charles Darwin philosophy. So Africans didn't teach that we come from monkey chimps. Africans didn't teach that there was
you said we were savages, Mandinka?
That's what I
No,
thought.
this what Charles Darwin says in his writings.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's why I had to get you to clear it.
Yes.
Yeah,
and this is
And
why
let me
I get
respond
so
when he
upset
finished,
with-
because he's been talking a lot.
Can you be quiet, bro? He asked me a question with your goddamn pointy head.
I just want to respond when you finish.
All right, y'all, come on now. Come on, let's not get into all that. Come on, continue, Mandinka.
No, he disrespected. Shut your mouth.
Mandinka, continue.
Shut
Let's
your
go.
goddamn on atheist mouth. Yeah. You see, he got up here. He had no information. You see, he failed in the questions with Silk. You see, he says he can't prove anything. You're going to get in this debate and you're going to come up with such and such said, but you don't have no experiment, no scientific studies to prove. Where's your scientific mechanism to show what caused evolution? Where's your scientific mechanism to show what's the chemical reaction that caused abiogenesis? You're going to get beat up, and then you're going to have a real problem defending Lucy. Now he's trying to say that Lucy has nothing to do with Charles Darwin, y'all. The Lucy Bones, when Unc West, Cedric, and all these goddamn buffoons over there, pseudo killers, always talking about Lucy. You're gonna have some problems, bro. You know, you just up here reading stuff. You ain't did no research, no studies, and I'm gonna show you all. And then when you present to him all the flaws of evolution, he don't even address it. He don't even try. But then you want to come up here to my JJ don't know science, man. I've been dealing with this for the last 5-6 years. It's pseudo low confidence science and Unc West, Tiffany, and the rest of them over there, Juju, and the rest of them are coming up here with this nonsense, talking about we come from monkeys, disrespecting the African ancestors. Come on, oh, this is the new science that the white man taught us. Oh man, we don't do that.
All right.
We
All right,
mix
man.
our spirituality with our science.
All right, Mandinka.
They're going with European science.
All right, Mandinka. Moses, what you got?
Okay, so now I want to ask Ausar, does he understand JJ's response to my question? You know, I kind of agree with what JJ said, you know, in regards to the African stuff, but I'm gonna point out some of the African societies, you know, that, you know, touch on.
What you agree with? Let us hear what you agree with.
I want to ask Ausar if he understood where JJ
No. What do you agree with? What JJ said on the African science.
All right, you see all of the slides I gave you to share. Before I get into all of that, I'm trying to give Ausar.
No, you just said you agree. What do you agree with? I'm trying to be clear.
All right. So when he talked about, you know, we have African ancestors, you know, that didn't say that we came from monkeys. I agree with that because according to the
you asked them how did the black man and women got here.
Right. But so
what do you agree with?
I agree with the part that our ancestors didn't say we came from monkeys. I agree with that part.
Right, but he ain't explain how we got here, brother.
So I'm going to explain that, but I want Ausar to say if he understood where JJ was coming from or not.
Right. Well, give me 3 seconds.
Hold on. No. Ausar, go ahead, brother.
To clarify,
you've been talking enough.
To clarify, this debate, shut your mouth. This debate is not about.
Chill, man. Mandinka, chill, man.
Please.
To him.
All right, go ahead, Kevin.
Thank you. Yeah, I understand what JJ is saying. JJ is right. Our African brothers and sisters believe we're into a more of intelligent design mixed with the science that was close to, that was, referencing to what evolution is. Unc dropped that when he was speaking on the Kepler beetle, right? Mm-hmm. So we did have understanding of us evolving as human beings, not in the way of what we know today in modern times, but yeah, we're very intelligent people. We were on point. A lot of this information was based on information that we foundated. So I don't disagree with that. Just like I do disagree that with Unc when he says our people wasn't spiritual and scientific. We were, or maybe I'm misquoting him, but we were scientific.
No, you're not misquoting him. That's what he said.
Yeah, we were scientific.
He said our people you can't be spiritual and scientific at the same time. That's what his argument was.
I totally disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I disagree with that 100%.
Yeah, I disagree with that. But I want to say that.
You know why I disagree with it?
Why? Because
Charles Darwin, he believed in God, man. He was a Christian, I think. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. And then the other one, what's the other one name?
All of them were Christians.
Yeah, Inky broke that down. That's
all were
what he's
religious.
saying.
Yeah. So religion won't hinder you from understanding science. But I want to say to JJ, JJ's over here making this challenge. He wants to debate me on all these things on evolution. He's had those debates already. But did you see how he sidetracked Saw when you asked him what he believed in? He didn't have no real coherent answer. And I guarantee you, he's not ready for the grilling of his ideology or his concepts. He's running. That's why he ran. He wants to debate about something that there's information on, which is evolution. But he does not want to debate on his ideology. It sounds like creationism. So I challenge you right now, JJ, let's have a debate. Which information is more solid, evolution or creationism?
That's a good topic right there.
What? Okay, hold up. Okay, now get the camera off this guy.
That question don't make no sense.
No. Get the camera off this guy. All right. So once again, remember, the other day we did a show talking about science, evolution, abiogenesis, biological evolution, chemical evolution. Why is he trying to not defend this? Why is he trying to make me defend intelligent design or a creator? So what you're doing, you're using these European talking points. I deal with African spirituality. Those are concepts I deal with that's better for our people. Now, if you want to get up here and talk about evolution and Charles Darwin theory is better for our people versus African spirituality, then I'll take that debate. If you don't want to take that topic, then you sit your ass down and you take this debate on abiogenesis, evolution, and what was the third one? Lucy. Africans didn't say we come from monkeys. As a matter of fact, let me share my screen. They threw Lucy up out of the goddamn museum. They threw her out because they know this shit. Excuse me. They know that this is flawed. They know that this was pieced together. He's getting up here saying that Lucy has nothing to do with Charles Darwin theory of evolution when that's supposed to be one of their transitional fossils. So why ain't you trying to defend that? Why are you trying to go to a creationist type of two-sided? No, there's an affirmative and a negative. You're going to defend your Lucy, and you're going to debunk abiogenesis, and I'm going to beat you up on your theory of your evolution. Why are we trying to mix up two different things? You scared.
You running, but you're the one that's running and scared. Let me close. You the one that's running and scared, JJ. Yes, you are. I will defend Africa. You claim you have something that you believe and you have proof on, but when challenged upon it, you deflect because you want to talk about something that's been talked about. sa.neter, have we had a debate? Has JJ debated anybody on his ideology, sa.neter?
Yes.
Nah, don't put me in this, man. Don't put me in that.
I've never seen you debate anybody on your creationism. You've debated everybody on trying to debunk evolution, but you've never took the responsibility of what you believe.
You can't do that.
Prove that. You want me to prove it, right? The whole thing is on me to prove something, but when it's time for you to create proof, you run it. You running faster than any runner in the Olympics.
All right. Let's go to Silky D. Silky D got the floor. One mic, y'all.
Okay.
You ain't got no information, bro.
Ausar. So and Anna kind of saw, but Ausar. So you're telling me that you split off from one monkey, from one ape. If you split off from one monkey to make a new species, what exactly did that one split off mate with?
So now you're asking me about evolution again, right?
Well, if you said you split from one, what exactly did that one do?
We didn't split off no monkeys.
Statement. This is just a statement.
Well, I'm telling you right now.
Hold on, Ausar. Let him get it out. Let him get the question out. Come on.
We didn't split off no monkeys.
The question is, if you split from one common ant or one monkey or one ape, if you split from one, what exactly did you mate with if you was a one-off split?
We did not split from one monkey. We split from a common ancestor. It wasn't from monkeys. So, see, once again, you're another example, Silk.
So how are you
when
proving
I asked
this?
you about your theory and your ideology, you had no words.
How are you proving this?
JJ,
Let them answer. Let
I'm
them
running
answer.
from evolution, but they running from creationism. They running from intelligent design. If you believe in this, then defend it. JJ, if you believe in what you say, defend it. You want to come after me on what I believe?
Seven Ausar is right. Seven Ausar is right.
And the information of what I believe has been on this platform.
No, I'm talking about he's right in terms of defend it. Stand up and defend it. That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on, but that's called burden shifting.
He's evading. Yeah, he's evading.
I came on here originally to say that we adjusting this argument because
that's called burden
shifting. Talking about evolution.
Hold on.
This is the topic of the discussion on this panel.
Listen to the question. Stop trying to overtalk.
You want to come on here consistently and talk about evolution, but you never want to defend what you believe.
All right. Everybody quiet. We moving on to Zion. What's up, Zion?
Yeah, see, that's called burden shifting, and that's a fallacy argument. Okay, what he's doing is trying to shift the burden. So his argument is that spiritual creation concepts are all pseudo and they're all created. So we push that to the side. Now we're focused on your theories of creation and how much of a stretch, how much faith is required to believe that someone came from monkeys or what have you. And I'm not one to argue with evolution, right? I'm a person who actually thinks that evolution actually falls in some form of balance, but I don't think that it's the same way that these cats are trying to propagate it. You know what I mean? They're propagating it no less than a religious ideology in itself, because all throughout science, we see that science has been corrected throughout time. So we base our information on facts and testable things. They did that with race theory and all of that stuff. The Hermetic hypothesis, all of that was science. All of it was racist. All of it was no less faith-based than any religious ideology. So what JJ is saying is, y'all are sitting here trying to say that this is more factual than African spirituality. Here's the interesting thing. Yo, JJ, this blew my mind.
Yeah.
This blew my mind. When you said that Darwin brought up, you know what I'm saying, the idea of the inferiority of Africans, right? And black people. When we are turning around and saying that African spirituality is less than European scientific, is that not the same?
Is there a question, brother?
That's not. I'm not talking to you.
I'm not talking to you. I just said
that what you did was burden shifting. My first statement was to you, and that was about you trying to shift the burden.
You didn't have a question for me. You had a statement.
No. Hold on.
That was a statement.
Okay.
So what I'm saying
I'm
also
gonna
now,
respond to your statement too.
what I'm saying, okay, regardless, listen, bro. I'm just saying now in my final statements that JJ has a point here, and I'm not anti-evolution. Okay, I
gotta disagree with you, Zion. No, you can't tell me. Hold up, I'm the host. I disagree with you, Zion. And the reason I disagree with you is because Silky and JJ are going against evolution. So the perfect title, hold on. The perfect title for this, I agree with Seven Ausar. You got to take on that title.
But
you going against the evolution process. So what was that title again, Ausar, you said?
Which concept or theory has a more body of evidence to prove that to have more proof of its information?
We still waiting on the evolution evidence.
Intellectual design or creation have a more body of evidence to disprove the theory of evolution.
I can win that debate.
Now that's a better topic, man, because they're going against it. That's way better than the other topic.
Can I respond to that?
Are we ever going to get this evolution evidence?
What we doing here Okay, now we got. Hey, sir, get him off here. Hey, sir, get him out of here because yesterday when I tried to ask this guy questions, he crashed out. You're not longer qualified to be up on stage with me, sir. So why are you even here when you got beat up in your last debate, your last 5 debates? Now let me finish. You're not going to come up here and disrupt. You don't want to smoke, but I will destroy you in the RNA.
Stop.
Be quiet. This is my show. Shut your mouth.
Misquoting me.
Shut your
Stop
mouth.
misquoting me then. Tell the truth.
All right, y'all gonna have to calm down. I'm out of here, man. You know, come on, man.
Get him out
Y'all
of here.
gotta stop. Y'all gotta
get him out of here.
Hey,
Like
sa.neter, I don't mind.
Get him out of here like he did me.
You know,
Mandinka,
people saying what they saying.
Let
me just say this though. Hold on. Let me say, niggas, whenever I get on this motherfucker. How about that?
I tell you to speak.
Yeah,
I
whatever,
tell you
yo.
to speak.
Hey, sa.neter, let me make this point, yo, and I can get off here. I don't want to disrupt the show.
Yesterday,
I don't want to disrupt the show, brother. All right, man. You don't even know what the title of the debate was.
Did he not run?
You don't know what the title of the debate was,
bro.
All right. Yo. Everybody stop, man. Stop. Let him speak, man. Come on.
I'm simply saying,
let me finish.
Inky done got up here for the last, whatever he was, line. I never said
Inky, bro.
that religious
Yo, Mandinka, what is you doing, brother? Chill.
I never said that religious people couldn't practice science. That's an outright lie. I never said that. But they constantly keep misquoting that bullshit.
No,
Catholic Church funded early science.
You said they don't go together.
That's what I said was
right, and that's what I said.
Does not practice religion with spirituality and science. That's what I said.
Right.
Modern science. You know what the word modern means? Modern ain't in the Stone Age. So whenever somebody say our ancestors practice modern science, they're lying to you. They couldn't have.
No, they couldn't have. I agree.
On the modern times.
I agree.
Our ancestors laid the way, laid the steps to get to that. But nobody seems to understand that. So
you don't think
I gave
you don't think you don't think that
African countries, right?
Egyptians practice modern science?
They religion the way they do it.
They call it proto-science, son.
Oh, proto. You don't think that the ancient Egyptians
like why niggas gotta lie?
Can't hear me?
Like they did something.
Can't hear nobody. Can't hear me.
Tell the truth.
He can hear you. He just going read it rambling.
I don't have a problem with the truth, though, bro.
Nah, something wrong with his doing.
I don't have a problem with the truth. But don't say I said something I've never said that. I've never said that, bro. So you can be a Catholic priest, right? And be a scientist. You can be a Christian, a Muslim, and be a scientist. Hell, the House of Wisdom motherfuckers had their religion. Come on, man.
You mean modern science. I get it.
No, you can be right now. Yo, you can be a priest and be a daggone biologist. What are we talking about?
That's modern science. We talking about proto-science, huh? You said they didn't go together.
No, man, you're not listening, bro.
Oh, I'm listening. You know that, huh?
I'm saying that modern science, you can be whatever the hell you want to be.
Of course.
Right? I've never said that. What I said was you can't mix the two. Modern science. Because that's the very nature of modern science. For 350,000 years, we couldn't distinguish the two items, bro. We couldn't. We thought it was the spirits that may have done it.
Let me say this to you. When you were talking with Sekou, you said that science and spirituality do not go together.
They don't. It's obvious. It's obvious. And here's the big lie. Our ancestors did everything before.
Our ancestors was a very, very. Come on.
Yeah, he messing that up.
He's saying that you can't be spiritual and no science.
You know why he's messing that up?
Man, don't y'all get what I'm saying? I mean, am I saying something? Am I talking
Yo, one mic, y'all. One mic.
That a preacher
Okay, are you saying that modern science was a direct result of European people or all conglomeration of world people came with modern science? The Asian, the Aztecs, the Africans, the Europeans, we all came to the conclusion that modern science is not spiritual. We're trying to find what's going on. but we don't have the actual.
Now, turn your camera back on.
I can't hear nothing. I can't hear y'all. Yo, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he can't hear. He can't hear.
If you don't know
number one,
that means that his brain is.
Y'all can't hear me. Can y'all hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying that a preacher can go to school and get a doctorate.
Yo, everybody be quiet.
Evolutionary biology.
You can hear me?
Did you do that, sa.neter?
Yo, can you hear me? Can't hear me. Let me kick him out. Hopefully he come back in. He come back in. Number one, y'all, the ancient Egyptians was very man. The ancient Egyptians was very spiritual, and they was also scientific.
Right.
Man.
That's what
Come on, man.
But I don't think Unc's not saying that though.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
No, what he's saying is
you don't know what to think.
They were mixing spirit. You can't mix spirituality and science together. Like
but the ancient Egyptians did it. They did it.
They were putting prayers on the same documents that they would use in science. He says modern science don't do that no more. Our ancestors did that, but modern science doesn't do that.
He had a conversation with Sekou.
No, man, I never said that, man. Y'all listen,
you said that science
and
spirituality they're not one, and it's they do not go together. I wouldn't just sit there and say that.
I know, but so why don't you understand? Listen, it's not hard.
You changing the context to modern
science. I'm not changing it, yo. I'm not changing it, yo. I'm not changing it.
All right, man.
I'm not changing anything, bro. I don't have to change it. I don't actually have to change the content. I don't have to change nothing. Suntan?
Yo, Aunt, do you agree with what Inky said about spirituality? How if people would just replace spirituality with the word breath, then everybody would, have a better understanding of
Listen, man, I don't listen, bro. I'm in a world where people are ignorant as hell. And I don't expect people to get it. It's only going to be a few of us that can understand what I'm trying to say. Everybody can't get it. The schooling level ain't there.
That ain't it.
It's the truth. Listen, no. So you let me say this. You shouldn't take offense to it. I have not graduated from college.
What school did you go to?
So I'm trying to. What I'm trying to say is
one goddamn mic, y'all. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Listen, I don't know. Y'all rely on professionals and experts in your everyday lives. If your baby get in a car accident, you're not going to let Inky operate on them.
No.
You're going to let somebody who went to college to understand surgery and biology, bro. So we need to stop faking it. So all I'm saying is we're actually not qualified to do surgery. It's no different than being an evolutionary biologist, yo. They go to school for damn near 20 years, yo. So it's okay. It's okay for us to make mistakes, but don't sit up here and tell me that it's not a real field. And then don't tell me, and then don't hold on, bro. And then don't tell me that our ancestors.
I got to put y'all in the back, man, because y'all keep on doing the same thing.
And I'm saying, don't sit here and tell me that people in the Bronze, god damn, yo. Don't tell me that people in the Bronze Age had the same level of science that they got right now. They don't got enough time in the field to get it yet. It takes time. It took us 350,000 years to even think you should separate science from religion. That's all I'm saying. They two different things.
Okay, that's all you say.
Don't mix them because they're going to always mess it up. That's all I'm saying, bro. Just say, I don't agree with that. That's fine. Just know that the world around you agrees with that. And that includes Australia, Africa, and all places in between. I'm done, man.
All right. And Mandinka goes to the back because I just told them the next one that speak out, go in the back.
Yeah,
and they're just testing me, man.
Can I get
and so I'm going to bring y'all back up. But go ahead, go, Suntan.
Hey, this is the thing, man. And you know you're my man. I always have to say that. But you, in your delivery, you changes up.
You gonna go next, brother?
You changes up.
You can hear Suntan, son?
You aware of
yes,
it?
I hear him.
Because back in antiquity, it was a thing called proto-science, right? But when you argue with Sekou and even me, you say that they don't go together. You don't say modern science don't go together. You said science. So I'm gonna leave it right there because like I'm not putting words in your mouth. I do understand the scientific method, and I do understand how you know changes up. You move the goalpost, you change the contents around after you explain it. Just like I'm gonna tell you this, and then this one gonna come a little bit later, but it's gonna come to you. I just gotta say it, son. Black people like me was Egyptian looking like us. So I'm done.
Man, Suntan be coming in here cracking all y'all heads, man. Suntan don't be playing, bro. Rakufu, you got the floor, brother.
I couldn't hear him, sa.neter.
Can you clearly hear me?
I don't think
can't hear. He can't hear you either.
I can't hear me.
I couldn't
Okay.
hear you.
Man, you got to go out and come back in, man. Get off the bootleg one, man. Use your real one. Use the real one.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna kick you out and use your real one.
All right.
Somebody else can go ahead. So I want to ask Uncle.
Okay. All right.
I'm right though, son.
Moses, let's go. Moses, let's go.
Yeah, I just
it's
want
my
to
turn. I went before Moses. What the hell is this? This ain't
All right,
Moses
go
shit.
ahead, bro. Cause go ahead,
Go ahead, brother.
Man. I'm
You're
getting
right.
skipped over.
That's
Hold
good.
on, listen. You're right. Right. Then Moses go after me. I'll respect the Moses.
All right. Yes, sir.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. See, y'all know I'm a threat because I'm always getting put in the back. Son of the police officer. I'm a threat. Out yesterday was very disrespectful. Everybody paid to see this guy debate, but when it come time to ask questions, he disrespected everybody who was against him, and you couldn't ask him a question. We were stupid, we were dumb, and then when we challenge him, we get put in the back. You ain't been in a debate in a long time, bro. You're rusty. You won't answer questions.
Damn.
You don't. And that's the problem that we have with you, sir. Look at you. Look at you. The atheist guys, the atheists didn't teach you how to hold your tongue. There is no guideline or no foundation for atheism. There is no movement for it. You are fighting a losing battle when you're trying to get our people to come into atheism and evolution. And just like Ausar said, well, we got some people right now that's dealing with it. What about the ancients? Are we going to go against our ancestors to deal with European philosophies, European age of enlightenment, science trying to prove skulls and all this, that they're more evolved than us? This is what Unc is bringing in front of us. And he sat there and lied yesterday and said that Charles Darwin didn't say that we as Black people, we as Africans are savages and that we evolved slower than Caucasians. Now, Unc, you finally jumped up here with 7,000 doing the presentation, and it's not yours. But now you don't have the control to kick me off or silence me. You cannot defend abiogenesis. Without dealing with abiogenesis, you have no evolution because you got to deal with the little micro, the small stuff before you can evolve into a monkey chimp, as you say we come from, sir. So we're going to start there. Instead of the SAR-7, who's a rookie, I'm going to deal with you. You take the debate. You take the debate on abiogenesis, Lucy, and your Charles Darwin evolution theory. And it ain't got to be pay-per-view. It can be for free. I get free ass whooping. Ass whoopers ain't nothing but a gift that I give. So like I say, Uncle Wes, you really don't know anything about science. You're regurgitating Eurocentric talking points. You're coming down on our Black scholars. You love the white man. A racist one at that. Charles Darwin, ladies and gentlemen. And he want to get up here and lie and say Charles Darwin wasn't going by the ideas of his time and putting us way down here and elevating them up there. And Uncle Wes, what do you know about abiogenesis? I'm going to ask you that question, and I'm going to ask you this. Do you have to have abiogenesis to deal with evolution. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
You're still running your mouth. I told you yesterday you ignorant as hell. Hard to have a conversation with an ignorant ass person. Hard. They think they know everything and they don't listen at all. Abiogenesis has absolutely nothing to do with the theory of evolution. Not at all. The theory of evolution does not posit how life started. The evolutionary theory deals with life after it came to planet Earth. It take all y'all watching about 2 seconds to look that up. But you know what? Nobody will. Everything that Inky talked about and I talked about, it take y'all 5 minutes to look it up to figure out who the hell knew what they was talking about. You know what we rather do? We rather argue like we back in the damn Stone Age somewhere. No daggone argument with this conversation. You don't even know what the hell. You don't even know what the debate thing was. You actually think I went in there and defeated Charles Darwin theory of evolution. That's what Inky did. He defeated it. Bringing out the mistakes that a scientist made along the way and coming up with his daggone theory is not defeating his theory. It's simply making a point that even with all the mistakes he made, he still was able to put together a comprehensive scientific theory. Scientific theories aren't stuck like religion. I'm going to say this again. The very nature of a scientific theory, the very nature of science is not to know everything at all times. It's craziness. It's madness. That's y'all world y'all made up. A scientific theory can always be added to at all times based off of more data. Charles Darwin didn't have genetics. People in the Nile Valley sure as hell didn't have genetics. But y'all seem to think they do. So I'm going to let y'all keep being on the other side of the fence, on the other side of the world, blaming white people for your own deficiencies. I'm going to let y'all stay right there. Now, when you're ready to have a comprehensive, intelligent conversation, let me know. And at no point have I ever told African Americans that they cannot believe in a God and still become committed to science. I never said that.
No, you have not. No, you didn't. So let me go to Rakufu. He got a question for you. Rakufu?
Yeah, let me respond to it. No, sa.neter, no, you let them.
No, sa.neter.
Yo, Mandinka. Mandinka. Hold on, y'all. Yo, hold on. I'm putting you in the back because you can't be quiet. He responded to you. You spoke first. Then he responded.
Respond to this nigga? I gotta respond like he do.
Oh man, come on, man. Yo, go ahead, Rakufu. Go ahead, man.
So basically, him and I got a question answer thing that was kind of what I was talking about. But I'm gonna leave that all the way alone. I'm just gonna say this. This ain't a question. This is to everybody listening. I'm saying after I did a little Google chat search, and I said, can you give me a source on who says that ancient Egyptian religion is pseudo and how they can prove that? And it's an excellent question. It says no. I mean that it's not pseudo. Rather, sorry. Excellent question. That's exactly the kind of critical thinking Egyptology itself encourages. Let's look at this carefully with direct academic sources and what counts as proof in the study of ancient Egyptian religion. Who says ancient Egyptian religion is not pseudo? The answer: the entire discipline of Egyptology, which is a branch of archaeology, philology, and religious studies, treats ancient Egyptian religion as a legitimate, historical, documented religious system. Okay, so ancient Egyptians are not. It's not a pseudo to practice ancient Egyptian religion. You're not a pseudo person, for one. For two, then this is the whole archaeological field. So I don't know how I'm just doing his head like that. But anyway, and my next statement would be this: do you believe that what everybody that's listening, that even though we build pyramids and all of the high sciences they got today, they can't build pyramids, that one day they may find that we were doing DNA tests and biological this, that, and the third? He can't just say it didn't happen because we don't have the evidence yet. He only can say we don't have the evidence to show that. He's always seems like everybody in the community feels he's looking at the cup half empty. Come on, bro, it's half full. Right. We built it. Go ahead, though.
No, who was he
All right,
talking
all
to?
right. No.
Hold on, who was he talking to? Who said that?
You know that was I was talking about in general. How you
Wait till your
always
turn
say,
to
No,
answer.
hold on, hold on, bro. Let's be. We got to be real with each
No,
other here.
sorry.
As
Wait till
men.
his turn to answer. Tell him to take
I never
notes.
said that
JJ,
Egyptian
you ain't
religion
speaking
was
before
pseudo.
me
Who
anyway.
said that?
You
all right,
spoke
well,
already.
I'm not saying you're
I
saying.
don't say Christianity is pseudo or Judaism. I've never said that.
Okay,
What
well,
are you
my bad.
talking about?
I take that back.
I'm
asking.
saying no. Listen, I'm saying.
What I am saying. I'm
No, I'm
saying.
saying when a person Inky come and lie to y'all and say that's DNA on the wall, now he has now pseudorized the thing. He's doing that.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Moses, come on, let's go. Can't hear you.
So I got skipped.
All right. Thanks, sa.neter.
No, remember Moses was supposed to go after you, Mandinka. You forgot?
He spoke
I
already.
never went because Unc cut me off.
Yes, you did. You spoke for a minute, bro.
Yo. Come on, y'all grown men. Y'all grown ass men, man. Come on. Moses, let's go.
All right, y'all. So I see that, a lot of people on this platform for some reason don't be believing me. We got Elder Suntan saying I'll be coming out of nowhere. But Inky, when he left the platform, he said, you need to put it all together, man. Break it down. So I'm going to try to break it down in the most simplest way that I can, as quick as I can.
Let's go. Bring it out, Moses. Bring it out. Let's go.
So my first slide, sa.neter, I want to start with the dandelion. You see that dandelion, the yellow one? I want to start with that first. All right. The reason why I'm showing y'all this picture, right, is because all of y'all that don't went to Sunday school, you know that there is a scripture in the Bible that says that there is nothing new under the sun. What was shall be is what it says, right? So a lot of things that we see happening on earth explains our beginnings. So I'm showing y'all this dandelion because this dandelion to me represents a planet in another universe. Okay, so the next slide, sa.neter, that white, the white one you see right there, the white. All right, so let's say that this planet ran its course and it done blew up, and now it's like asteroids, flying through outer space. And just like this dandelion, when the dandelion dies, you see all of these little white things, like these little white petals flying away. That's like the asteroids from the planet after it done blew up. Now, whatever. But
all right, I'll see you later, son. I gotta go.
I know, man. Moses, man.
All I'm doing is explaining what panspermia, what the panspermia theory is. That life is coming from other planets. The same way you see these petals from the dandelion, new dandelions grow after these seeds land in fertile soil. So when you have an old planet that blows up and the asteroids and the meteors and stuff is flying through the universe and picking up microbes, when those meteors or those asteroids land on another planet, the same process happens. The seeds are planted in that fertile soil. In this case, it's Earth. All right, so now let's go to the next one, sa.neter, the screen that shows the universe. The universe. The one that shows there it is. The reason why I'm showing y'all this is because Ankh is always talking about a common ancestor, right? And I know that my understanding of a common ancestor is probably different from his, but the common ancestor to me is the universe, because the universe created, show the earth now, sa.neter. sa.neter. Okay, so the earth was created by the universe, and the earth is created to make its own ecosystem. And so you have things taking place here below, here on the earth. Now let's talk about the above right quick. So in the above, now click to the panspermia joint, sa.neter. So the common ancestor, the universe, has created the earth. Now you have other organisms that are coming from as a result of panspermia, or coming from the above. And there's the same thing that's going on Earth. The evolution is taking place on Earth. There's like an evolutionary development that's taking place in the universe also. And so this asteroid lands on the Earth that is created by the universe. Things that are created by the universe are landing on an Earth that was also created by the universe. That's why the universe is a common ancestor. Now, what is that universe a common ancestor of? It is a common ancestor of what grew here below on Earth and what developed in the universe above. So that the ones above come down on an asteroid. So now go to the Darwin joint where you see the evolutionary process of these here below. All right, so here below, you got the evolution that Darwin been talking about. All of this stuff is taking place below. These people, now go to the next one, sa.neter, with the dude sitting on the couch. These are the people that Ankh and Cedric is always talking about. These are your Indians, your Asians, and your Europeans. All people with straight hair. They all come from that Darwin theory. Us, on the other hand, now let's go to the next one, sa.neter, the one that look like a fish. In the African understanding of things, they have this okay, so this right here is from the Dogon tribe. This is a Namo archetype. You notice that this fish, you notice it's kind of like it look like it got breast. This is a representative of Mani Wata. This is them coming out of the universe, what we was talking about in the other show, being drawn out of the water, being drawn out of the universe, and then going through another evolutionary process in the waters here below. And from this Namo archetype, from the Mani Water understanding, now go to the next one, sa.neter, with the lady and her son. You get God and you get Jesus. God is the black woman and Jesus is her son. Or you could say Aset and Heru. But this 9 ether hair is the result or the testimony that we were created in the universe. We did not come forward with the same animal hair that these people that Darwin was talking about. I feel like Darwin purposely was trying to make us look inferior because he really understood who God really was. I think they all know who God really was. That's the reason why they do everything they can do possible to keep the black man and woman from resurrecting back to our original position as gods on earth. So that's my whole spiel on evolution from an African standpoint.
Yeah, I'm trying to work with you here, Moses, but you'll do real good over there on my man channel. I'm gonna get you an interview with my man Rich. You'll do real good over there, brother. They would love you. Shout out to my man Rich, man. Underground Railroad, man.
Entertaining, right?
I mean, I'm trying to work with you, but man.
So what do you disagree with, sa.neter?
I disagree with damn near everything you said, man. When you were showing the slides, brother.
That's the same thing Inky did, though. Inky did the same thing.
The universe don't create nothing, is what you say.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, I ain't gonna say everything. I'll say the dandelion, when you start talking about that. I mean, you know.
So the dandelion doesn't reproduce itself with those white seeds?
Yes, it does, but
okay. So why can't humanity be reproducing itself? You think
but you took it to something else.
You think
that those are like the stars or rockets or something? I don't know what you said.
No, I said is the dandelion, the healthy one, the yellow one is a
no, this one right here. You said
you kind of into the Big Bang Theory is what he's saying.
After a planet has gone through its course and it done exploded for whatever reason.
You said they were leaving like rockets or something.
No, I didn't say that. No, I'm saying this is an example of asteroids. When a planet blows up, that's an example of comets or meteors or asteroids.
You know, hey, I don't know if anybody else know this, but you know what we used to call that when we were kids?
What?
Anybody know?
Yeah, we used to call them parachutes.
No, not in Harlem. In Harlem, everybody had their own name, but we used to call them pussy willows.
Pussy willows, yeah.
Y'all never heard that one?
I hadn't. Hey, sa.neter, I want to ask you this. If we in a college class and let's say the University of the Sorbonne somewhere, and the professor comes up and he talks about asteroids being likened to this, we would praise that white man. But since this brother is saying it, he sounds like a damn fool. Why is that?
Hey, Rob, cool.
Because he doesn't have any evidence to substantiate his claim.
Right.
He got no evidence. Right there, even his slide said it was a hypothesis. There's nothing to support his hypothesis.
One mic.
So the pepper.
Right. Hold up. Let me get a sa.7 in here and then Mandinka right behind them. Let's go.
Moses 7:7 was just given a lot of information with no proof, right? And even his own thing said it was a hypothesis, so he couldn't even. There's no evidence to substantiate his claims.
Oh my God!
Right? That's why it's not a scientific theory. That's why none of these people in here has a scientific theory that can debunk evolution.
Right.
A lot of people in here just talking and talking and talking, and people like JJ bringing up information that doesn't debunk evolution. All he does is talk. But then, like him, like all the other rest of them, they don't want to talk about their beliefs and their concepts. They run from that. Once again, I challenged him to a debate: creationism versus evolution. Which has a more substantiated claim? Which has more body of evidence to prove its theories or concepts? But neither does he. Doesn't want none of that smoke. When I challenged indigenous black man that time when we had that discussion, he didn't want none of that smoke. Silky don't want none of that smoke. You guys want to talk about evolution, but you don't want to talk about intelligent design or creationism, right? So let's do it then, Silky. You need to prove that you have a more body of evidence for intelligent design than there is for the evolution theory.
All right, Mandinka, let's go, Mandinka. Mandinka, let's go.
All right. I hope I'm able to share my screen since this is supposed to be my show and sa.neter show, right? So first, I'm gonna let Indigenous speak for 1 minute, and then I'm gonna get in. Go ahead, Indigenous.
Yeah, just no insults, man. Let's try to keep it clean. Let's go.
Hey, Ausar, why is Indigenous always acting like he taught somebody something?
Be quiet.
Somebody gonna call that man on that ever. Yo, that man has said my name 30, 40, 50 times, Sar. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it. I couldn't learn nothing from this man. He's an idiot.
Yo,
they cheap idiots, but I wouldn't learn nothing from them if my life depended on it.
Get off my show.
The idiots.
Why are you still talking?
Because you're an idiot, that's why. And I'm tired of you buffoon. You're a buffoon. You're a buffoon. Hey, see, I heard you, JJ. I'm gonna respect my man Sar's show. I almost called you a bitch, but I'm gonna chill with all that.
Shut your mouth.
Oh man,
chill with all that.
Come on, man.
Damn, bro. Yo, Mandinka, come on, let's go, because I ain't got that much time now. I gotta get out of here now. Y'all starting to really go crazy.
Nah, he did that.
We can't even hear him, Mandinka.
Hold up.
Yeah, Indigenous black man taught the whole community. He don't even understand the concepts he bringing out his mouth.
We can't hear him, Mandinka.
No, but I know I want to shut him up because y'all see every time when it's our turn to speak, this goddamn monkey, Unc West in the roots.
It just smoked up, but I made that chicken for the. Don't you like that salad? That chicken salad. Yeah. I was making some of that chicken salad.
Hey, Elder Suntan, you making chicken salad?
Chicken salad, like tuna fish salad, a chicken salad. I bake chicken breast, and then
one by one, I just knocked y'all out, man. One by one. Peace and Black Power family. We out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.
sa.neter the OG. The bass like a chessboard, piece move coldly, Elder Suntan. Spitting wisdom that's holy, Unc with the knowledge, dropping jewels, they heavy gold leaf. Jabari Falafik Inky with the bold speech, Captain hold the line, Hebrew war tactics, came at walls crumble under Bible back practice. Scrolls versus the glyphs, hieroglyphs get blasted. Ancient scripts, clash, truth wrapped in plastic. You need thick skin, we make movies, yo. F who you know, this is sa.neter studio. This is the toughest environment, rivalries, bro. Thick skin, tough heart, knowledge gon' blow. Pyramids tough, but the script's still louder. Scrolls in the cipher, the debate devours. He will go to war, comedic power shower, truth a double-edged sword. Cut sharper than ours. apostle with the mic. Sermons hit like missiles. Elder something smooth, no wrinkles in the wisdom. They drop facts like bricks, the foundation official. This the sa.neter scene where the truth get chiseled. You need thick skin, we make movies, yo. F who you know, this is sa.neter studio. This is the toughest environment, rivalries grow. Thick skin, tough heart, knowledge gon' blow.